Not that you weren't going to seize on it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, kind of looking at the spring coming off of last camp, or I should say bowl camp, bowl prep and stuff like that. Coach Fry was just talking about how every practice from there on, since the start of bowl prep, is going to be vital, like to what I want to do here. And looking at what I want to do here and like trying to be a starter and doing everything I can to get that part, obviously spring is going to be vital for that. We have a really, really good competition. We have a lot of really good guys in our room. I think personally that spring is where most of the growth will happen at.
Yeah.
And I think to be able to play or have the opportunity to play among like the best two guards and arguably as the season goes on, some of the best five we have, or best four guys we have up in the country, I feel like I don't want to waste that opportunity. I feel like that's something I really, really want to capitalize on. So this spring's been a lot of growth, a lot of work, a lot of work in the winter with Mike, Coach Mike, or GA, and Coach Fry to try to get to where I want to be come this fall and potentially this season.
Yeah, Luke Whippler said yesterday when I asked him about you, he said, yeah, you thought you really took a big step in bowl practice and stuff. I mean, because obviously you maybe could see a vacancy coming there that maybe a lot of us didn't see of Luke stepping up, you know, I mean, stepping on. But do you remember that too? I mean, did you find yourself more comfortable as the days went on? Yeah,
I mean, I remember coming off of bowl prep and going back home and just kind of like sitting down, like just like really visualizing what I want to do, and coming back and like, I mean, obviously like most guys here kind of knew he was going to leave before I actually announced it.
Yeah.
But finally when that hit, like, I mean, obviously coming up and playing the guys I do now, like there's some nervousness and some whatever that comes in that. But after the first day, I've never felt more comfortable playing with the guys I do. Center is basically a position as I play off you guys. I'm kind of like a support player. Like I'll lead it, but for the bulk of the physicality and work like that, I can rely on my two guards and my tackles for it. And like I said earlier, I have the best four guys in the country, so I have absolutely no worries of like being like some superstar that I'm not yet because I have to grow into my role yet. Yeah. But just working every day and listening to the older guys. Donovan's doing the most amazing job I think anyone can, leading the team, helping me. There's a play on Tuesday where I left Donovan dangling, and it was completely my fault. And he came over to me and he got on me a little bit. And I needed that. The play right after that, we fixed it. We got it going. So it's been an honor to play with those guys. I'm hoping that we can continue to play with that and continue to grow and get as better as much as we can. You
left Donovan dangling. That sounds funny.
Yeah.
Real quick, your background, growing up on a dairy farm, right, and stuff, and I would think you had early mornings and things like that. How is that translated into like a discipline, for want of another term, to get you where you are, at least at this point? You know?
I feel like
kind of like the Cade Stover version, except he doesn't sell y'all milk the cows. He sells the cows.
Exactly. Coming from that background, it's not more as if I'm like, I don't know how to explain it. So like Coach Fry says it's the best. It's nothing's extra work if it's just work that it takes to get to where you want to be. And I feel like being a dairy farmer and like waking up every morning, like we didn't think of it as work. It's just we're just doing it because that's what needs to be done. Like riding my bike, actually I didn't get a bike until later, but I had to run down to my grandparents when I was like 8 at like 3:30 in the morning to go help my grandma get out and start milking the cows. And I never looked at that as work. I never looked at it as chores. We just looked at it as this is what we got to do today. And I feel like taking that culture and those values into this, like, I may not be here as long as Marv because he sleeps here, but or he lives here somewhere. I don't know where. But they try to come in every day, get as much work as I can in. And I mean, only been here 9 months, so I have a long way to go, obviously. So just trying to continue that work, continue that work ethic that my grandparents, my parents have passed down to me. So, but yeah, that's probably the whole key to my success.
Quick follow. What time do you usually get up every day? I mean,
here?
Yeah. I mean, what time do you wake? I mean,
in here it's like 5:15, 5:30. So I
get
to sleep in. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
Carson,
thanks, man.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you were mistaken when you were being recruited here that you wanted to challenge yourself, and that's why you came here.
Exactly.
With Jacob out for the spring, if Victor hadn't have come, it's kind of been Carson's the center for the spring. With Victor coming in, how much has that kind of helped you challenge yourself to know that there's another guy right there who could just as easily be the center at Ohio State?
Yeah, 100%. So, I mean, Victor's an awesome athlete. He's a great, he's an experienced guy. He's played a lot of football, a lot more football than I have. So he's definitely been a great competitor. He's been a great guy to come in and help competition. Obviously, that mindset, I was a little bit kind of like, all right, they brought in another guy. I wouldn't say that like took me down or anything like that. He just kind of built me up, like, all right, this is where I really got to show out if I want to do what I want to do. So having that extra drive, and that extra work ethic, especially in the winter, really helped. And then kind of attacking that into the football piece and stuff like that, like making sure I'm super fine-tuned on everything I want to do, on every like extra rep I do, every extra thing I come in and do with Coach Mike or any of the other guys who want to come in with. But it's definitely been a great competition, and I'm looking forward to what happens in the fall.
When we talked to Coach Bryland on February 1st, I think it was, he was like, oh man, Luke left. He's going to be the center. And it's like, oh, Carson Hinzman looks pretty good. What did you do? Like, what did you do to catch your coach's eye? Did you kill it in bowl practice? Was it winter workouts? Was it film stuff you were talking? Like, how did you show him that?
I think, especially being an offensive lineman, consistency is the first word that would define a great offensive player, especially an offensive lineman, offensive center. So bringing that consistent effort and into practice, into bowl prep, into workouts and winter workouts, and just trying to get myself better as much as I can. Trying to show that I really, really want to do this, and that I believe I'm able to be able to grow into that spot. I feel like that's kind of the things that he kind of saw in me a little bit. I mean, I've never been one for ego or nothing like that, but I just love working with the guys I have, and that made everything so much easier. So I feel like being able to kind of see the hard work kind of put into fruition and started to see some takeaways from that. I feel like that's probably speaks more than just a guy who comes in and super, super talented or something like that and just kind of wants it, but doesn't put in the effort and stuff like that. So, I mean, I feel like it's just kind of, the values we kind of put out and the culture we kind of growing in the line room right now.
Did you have center in your head the minute you got on campus here or no?
I remember he talked about putting me in interior. I know a lot of other O-line coaches, talked to me about putting at center. But the first few months I was here, I was a right tackle. Because he said he wanted me to kind of feel the speed of the game before I moved inside, which is totally fine. I mean, I learned that. I just had to relearn everything. It felt like, because I mean, you got to think 8 months ago I never passed that or snap in my life, so a lot of work had to be done to go into it. But I mean, I'll play center to safety, whatever they need me to for the team. So I'm not worried about wherever you would like to put me or nothing like that.
How much were you watching Whippler, trying to study Whippler last year then?
A lot. Luke is probably the smartest guy I've ever seen. I mean, watching him, I've been watching a lot of Jason Kelsey's film. He's my favorite player. Watching guys like Josh Myers in the past and stuff like that, and guys who really are kind of bulldogs in the trenches, and they've been really fun to watch. But yeah, Luke's been a huge help, kind of more mentally, I guess, than watching else, because we're not necessarily the same body type, so it's hard to play exactly like him. But learning stuff and having him getting pointers and stuff like that was huge in my development.
Are you completely comfortable with all the calls now?
We're learning new ones every day. So I would say I'm never comfortable, because you can never be comfortable because our defense is always scheming and stuff like that. But I guess I would say I'm comfortable in the fact that I know my job, and I'm confident in the fact that I know our guys know their job. So I'm completely comfortable being the center with 4 humans that I'd gladly go to war with, because I know they got my back and I got theirs.
What was the day, if you had to guess, that you first snapped a football here?
It would have been the second week. It was the Thursday of fall camp, because we were going into the scrimmage that Saturday, and my first play as center was with the twos because Jacob was hurt. So I've been snapping the ball for 3 days, and Fry gives me a text this morning. He goes, "Hey, you're starting today." I was like, all right. First ball, snapped it right over Kyle's head. It was awful. But Yeah, so it hasn't been long, obviously. So just being in here like extra hours and stuff like that. I know Teg's catched a lot of balls for me. Roommates coming in and working with each other. It's been really great having like Kyle and Coach Mike and Devin coming in and catching balls for me every day. So just trying to get that muscle memory down, trying to get everything down, and not being rattled when you see guys like Mike Hall or Ty Hamilton sitting across the line like growling at you. So it gets nervous, you want to snap that ball, but just kind of like learning the confidence and learning that muscle memory has been huge, because obviously it hasn't been long, but yeah, for sure.
Coach Fry said,
Last question.
12 months ago, you were nailing hay and not the high school.
Literally, yeah. Yeah.
And to be in position to possibly start here, I mean, what's that been like for you to go that quickly? Most guys bide their time and wait years.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even feel like that long ago. It just kind of feels like yesterday, but I mean, there's been a lot of work to put in, and I just kind of like to take it day by day, because that's all we really got here. So every day I'm just trying to get better. Every day I'm trying to get the team better. I just want to be the best version of myself that they can get, so we can go do something special. And I believe like keeping that mindset of every day, not looking too far in the future. Obviously, you can see and hear stuff. I mean, Coach Riley always says noise is noise, like it's whatever, but you can still hear it all the time. But so just trying to keep that kind of that narrow focus on my goals hasn't kind of got me too upheaded or anything like that. Obviously, because I know we have a guy injured right now and a guy who transferred in, so anything's on the table so far. I'm just trying to compete for a spot that everyone else is too. So just working every day, trying to get what I can.
But how confident are you that if you're the guy, you're ready?
100%. I mean, God's blessed me with the opportunity to be here, and I would not bat an eye. Obviously, I'm not going to believe it until I see the roster going against Indiana, but but if that's what they need me to do, I would not hesitate one bit.
Thank you, Carson.
Thanks, Tristan.
How old are you, Carson?
What's that?
How old are you?
19.